I'm doing my hair finally. And so what they're doing when I'm doing my hair is talking. So they used to talk and pretend that they were me. I'm trying to not show anything. But the whole point of all of this, it seems, is that they changed my race and they changed my coloring. So all of a sudden I became like African. Well, I think everyone's from Africa, but that doesn't make me African. And that's part of this whole thing. Like as they're talking and they're talking about how like they try to talk to people in a way that like kisses their ass kissers. I'm not. So if I say something, sometimes I may not be telling what I really feel. I'm not an ass kisser. I'm not gonna say it to flatter you. I'm going to say it because I have to make sure I'm a New York person. I'm not taken advantage of. I'm not being used. I'm not being exploited. So they look at what I'm doing and say, well, you're doing it for the same reason we're doing it. Absolutely not. I'm not. I'm doing it to protect myself from people like them. So they thought I would be upset to tell you guys that. I'm not upset to tell you guys that. I think you guys have been watching me long enough to know I'm dealing with criminals. You don't have to tell people everything you're feeling. That's part of how this psychological game works. It's a psychological tactic to get in here. And once they're in here, they mess it all up. So I've been sick. You guys probably know this. And part of why they're talking in the background is like, well, don't you feel like you said this wrong or that wrong? No, because they're trying to mess this all up. They messed this all up already. So now they're trying to get in here. Don't let them get in there. You don't have to tell people what you think all the time, especially for people who don't deserve that. Like it's like they talked about like when I was in Saudi Arabia in 1996, they were like, oh, this guy did this to you and that guy did that to you. And they're like, oh, well, this now they don't want to make it sound like I had too many relationships. But they're like, it's okay to race mix if you're already race mixed. Who are they? Like, who are these people? What? So part of the other issue is that now they're saying, well, when you didn't comb your hair the right way, it didn't look as good as it looks now. Who are they? Why do they deserve this or this? They don't. So when they're talking about not talking to people so that they can kind of exploit those relationships, I'm talking about it in the other way. Not talking to people and saying certain things so that you don't get exploited. It's so we're looking at the same type of thought process, but one is to exploit and one is to avoid exploitation. So they're like, this is why your synthetic telepathy didn't work. Or maybe the reason my synthetic telepathy didn't work is because it's a crime. You're doing the wrong thing to people and it will not work. The other thing is I want to show you how I'm going to start doing more home decor DIY. So you can see how this is a free plastic bottle from a lemonade um, juice, covered with a napkin covered with gold paint. That's Dollar Tree flowers. It's home decor. So the whole process that they're trying to do now is create a way of pretending that they were doing this to help me when they were just stealing my ideas. They're stealing from me. The last thing I want to talk about is they say, oh, we're tightening up your muscles. Thank you for admitting it while I'm on camera. Here we are. So part of why, when I was off um, YouTube for a while, and I won't be on right away now, is like they have all these ideas of what I should be doing, how I should be living my life. But if they're living their lives the wrong way, why should I take any of them? You can give me a trillion ideas, put it in your little computer AI system, and spit it out every 5 seconds, which they pretty much do, and I will still not take them. No one, no one with any common sense would try to give out if there are 60 seconds in a day, 60 seconds in a minute, 60 minutes in an hour, they're spitting out these ideas almost every few seconds and not want to come forward and say, I'm the one giving you all these great ideas. You want to know why they do it this way? It's because they don't want to take responsibility when people who listen to their ideas say, well, the voices told me to do it. They are the voices. They are the voices. This is the first time I can ever remember ever knowing the people behind the voices who spit out these crazy ass ideas. And when people take it and say, well, the voices said it, no one comes forward. Well, now you know who they are. So they just said, oh, this is what we try to do to you. What? Confuse matters? They forget, unlike them who they have computers that do this. This is my computer up here. So they said, oh, you made a mistake there. 60 seconds in a minute, 60 minutes in an hour. Where's the mistake? They said, don't let them use you like they used you. You should be in front of the camera like I am. And finally, we would have a channel of actual gang stalkers saying, yes, we're the ones who do the voices and don't take any responsibility when things go wrong for people. And we are behind bars. That's what we need a channel of. We don't need a channel of me showing you DIY home decor from plastic bottles. We need a channel of gang stalkers saying we give the ideas to people. It's out loud. It's not directly going just to me. If other people can hear it and say, I hear that too. So what if this? Let's do this. What if I'm the person who doesn't take the ideas and I record it and I keep telling everybody, but somebody else who wouldn't know better says, that sounds like a great idea. How would you then know the idea didn't come from them originally and came from the voices? They would never tell. They would just, they have no feeling whatsoever to be able to say that idea came from us. We do this, blah blah blah. No, they tried to say that there's a God crew that does the voices. Well, where was that God crew when everybody who said they heard these voices and other people confirmed that these voices existed? Where were they? Where was that God crew? That isn't God. That isn't God. Thank you for watching.